Welcome back to What the Football?
What the football?
What the Football?
There it is.
I'm your host, Caleb Regular, along with.
Your co-host, Teague Morosky.
And today we're going to be talking about fantasy sleepers. This is going to sound redundant for those of you who were listening live, but for you two,
All one of you.
this is we're going to be talking about fantasy sleepers today. For those who don't know, fantasy sleepers are people that aren't going to be drafted very high. They're going to be drafted relatively low in the draft and are not looked at a top guy in their position, but still produce pretty well in the actual season. For instance, Antonio Gibson last year was the 20th or 30th running back taken off the board, and he still produced very well last season. So guys like that that have a decently high ceiling, guys that can come out either year one, year two, or guys that just haven't performed yet in their careers, and can go out and ball out in 2021. I guess we'll get started right here. I got one. I actually drafted him last night in our big fantasy draft. I have Travis Etienne, who's the running back 28, and I think that he's poised for a relatively good season in his rookie year. The Jags have Urban Meyer as their head coach. Really good in college for Ohio State, Florida. Won a couple natties, but I think that they do have a very young team, very young offense, not very good defense. They are coming off a 1-15 season. I'm not saying that the team is going to do very well.
That is not ideal.
I have them at 4 or 5 wins on the season, most likely. But I do think Travis Etienne, he's very good running, as well as he is a good receiver out of the backfield.
Definitely.
I think Urban Meyer can use Etienne in his offense as a chess piece where he can move him pretty much wherever in that offense and he'll be successful. So especially if you're in a half PPR or PPR league, I definitely think Travis Etienne in the later rounds, not necessarily for running back 2, which is where I have him because my running backs are a little weak for our draft last night. But he might be a good flex option, and even further down the season, he might be producing like a running back too.
I think he could have potential to be actually a running back too. Of course, with rookies, it's tough to judge them anyways.
Exactly.
But I think Travis Etienne, for his receiving abilities alone, is going to be a really good pickup there.
Yep.
I got one.
Okay.
Let's move to a new position. Receiver. So this is a guy that has kind of been disappointing in his career thus far.
Okay.
But he's with a new team, meaning new opportunity,
Sure.
Corey Davis, now a New York Jet. He has Zach Wilson. So the thing with rookie quarterbacks, you got to understand they're going to want a security blanket. They're scared. They're playing in the NFL for the first time in their careers. They don't want to mess up. They're gonna target one player a lot more than other players. Corey Davis is the wide receiver 1 on that team.
Yep.
Their connection has already been looking awesome in the preseason. And Corey Davis is a guy, you can get Corey Davis in the way later rounds. I think he could end up finishing as one of you guys have to remember, Corey Davis was drafted 5th overall in the NFL draft.
Correct.
Meaning he at once was looked at to have the potential to be a guy like a Julio Jones, who's like, those top receivers drafted that high. So I think this guy, if he turns it on and does what he was projected to do out at college, this guy could be a top 15 guy, top 10 guy, and you could get him in like round 9. Like that is some great value there.
Yep.
I personally drafted him last night. Just for that very reason. So I'm really high on Corey Davis. I think he could do well. He's not a starter of mine. But if he starts turning it up, turn it up. You definitely gotta pick this guy up in your fantasy leagues.
Agreed. I have him as a sleeper as well. He is wide receiver 48. So again, if you can get a guy like that whose ADP is relatively low and who's only looked at as the 48th best fantasy player at his position, I like that pick. I obviously like it. I have it on my list as well. A lot of the time, when you're drafting the later rounds and you're looking for a sleeper, upside. That's all you're looking at. Because in those later rounds, you're not looking at a guy who's going to start on week 1 for your team. You're going to look for a guy who could potentially start in week 8 for your team, who's going to be who you don't know who's going to do well. Hence the sleeper, the term sleeper. So I definitely think Corey Davis is a guy with a lot of upside to him, who's shown flashes of being a number 1 receiver. Obviously, being on the Titans for the last 4 years, he didn't have AJ Brown for the first 2 years. Then had AJ Brown, and he did better. His first 3 years were a little shocking, especially for a guy that was number 5 overall.
Yeah, it was bad.
But last year he started to turn it up a little bit.
I mean, he had 65 catches and 984 yards, so almost 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns as a wide receiver 2 option.
Yeah, which is definitely, I mean, if you get almost 1,000 yards as a wide receiver 2, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
So obviously that it helps when you have a guy like AJ Brown, his caliber of player to take the defense away from you. That always helps. We saw it with Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster. But the Juju effect was he was not good as wide receiver 1. Hopefully Corey Davis, I do like Corey Davis more than I like Juju.
Okay.
Both football player wise and just person wise. But
you don't like Juju's TikTok dances?
I mean, here's the thing. He's so cool. No. I think it's ridiculous to, when you're 11-0 to dance, or sorry, 11-1 to dance on the opposing team's logo, do a TikTok, and then
that game did not go well for them.
Killed that game. I remember him doing it against the Bengals, and he did it. Oh, he's awesome. I mean, first of all, it's kind of disrespectful to the logo and to the team, to the opposite team. It's just you don't have to do that. And then in that same game, he caught a pass. He ran about 3 steps and he got lit up by a linebacker. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen because his body goes flying and the ball just boom. And it was fantastic. The one thing I do like that he ever did in his career was absolutely murder Vontaze Burfict. That was fantastic.
Oh, wow. Dude,
and stand over him. That was pimp.
That was honestly pimp. That was very pimp. I'm not even gonna lie about that one.
Because Vontaze Burfict is not a good person. Very dirty. I mean, he's been suspended.
Has not showered in weeks.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in showering. Very dirty player. But he's been fined over at least 10 times by the league, suspended 4 or 5 times, and now I don't even think he's playing.
Speaking of not showering, did you know that like a lot of celebrities just apparently don't shower?
I've seen that on Twitter.
Like freaking Jake Gyllenhaal, disappointed.
Which makes me sad because I like Jake Gyllenhaal.
I'm in love with Jake Gyllenhaal personally. Then there's also freaking like Mila Kunis,
which makes me doubly sad.
Yeah, because she is not a person. And Ashton Kutcher.
Well, yeah, that makes sense to me though.
Yeah, they can just sniff each other.
like dogs. I know they're married, but like just looking at Ashton Kutcher as a person, I mean, I could have told you that he didn't shower.
Dude, Ashton Kutcher is actually cats. I'm not even gonna lie. He actually does a lot of good things, like as a person, which is like pretty cool. That's why I like him.
Sweet.
It's just become an Ashton Kutcher podcast. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah, we are an NFC least hate podcast first. Apparently an Ashton Kutcher podcast second, and then an NFL podcast third.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I got a wide receiver for you.
Okay, I also have a wide receiver.
Played for your team. Doesn't play for him anymore.
Curtis. I
got Curtis Samuel as wide receiver 42 in that offense, as the wide receiver 2 behind Scary Terry McLaurin. I think that he can do really well this year. He was a wide receiver 3 in Carolina.
I wanted to draft him last night, but he was just gone.
He did pretty well for a wide receiver 3 in his years in Carolina. And I think deserves to be in a number 2 spot. I don't think Carolina had that for him. Obviously, with Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, he wasn't ever going to get the looks that I think he deserved in Carolina. So I think the move to Washington to be Scary Terry's right-hand man, I think that's a really good spot for him to land.
I love Curtis Samuel. He's like a Swiss Army knife, yo. He was our like backup running back for most games. Like he's like sick, and he's so speedy. He's got a lot of I don't know. He's a great player to have on your team.
He's a gadget guy.
Because he's not gonna be the best receiver on your team, but he's going to be a receiver that can almost do the most on your team. And that's a very important thing to have. And I think the Washington football team got their guy for that in Curtis Samuel. So good for him, good for the football team, and I'll be rooting for him with Ronnie Riv.
I do like me some Riverboat Ron.
You have to.
I'm just looking here. Okay. All right.
I have a receiver.
Who do you got here?
Just kind of looking around, seeing, what some late. Well, here's one that's not even a late round pick. Super late round, but this guy is a guy I think has potential to finish as a top 5 receiver.
Okay.
And so if you can get him after round 2, I'd consider that a steal. This guy was DJ Moore, who I got in, I think, round 5.
Okay.
Let me just quickly double check that. It might have been a little earlier. Nope, 5th round, 52nd overall. DJ Moore is my flex currently, but dude, this guy is the number 1 option in a system. Here's the thing with DJ Moore. Last year the guy had 1,200 yards, right? Teddy Bridgewater was his quarterback, and Teddy Bridgewater, I don't think has thrown the ball more than 20 yards his whole career. Now you got a guy like Sam Darnold who is gonna throw he's gonna throw picks, he's gonna turn over the ball, but he's gonna take shots down the field, and that's what DJ Moore is gonna be good for. So I think this is a potential breakout year for DJ Moore, even more so than 1,200 yards is obviously very good for a receiver.
Oh yeah,
but I think he could have even more than that and more than 5 touchdowns, which is what he had last year. So if you can get DJ Moore in the 5th round, you better hit that draft button because he's going to be a really good pick for you.
I think so too. He's a guy that could start for your team right away, but most people aren't going to look at as a top receiver in fantasy. Maybe not even a top 10 guy. So I definitely think there's a lot of value in that pick, even though he is getting picked in the higher rounds, whether it be 4, 5, or 6. I definitely think that's a good place for him. And again, it might even be a little low, just because of and with Curtis Samuel gone, I think his numbers will go up just a tad. It won't be anything significant, but maybe with a better quarterback as well. Hopefully a better quarterback. I don't know yet.
Fingers are really, really crossing right now. It's like, come on. I really hope so. And if he isn't, I will. And Justin Fields turns out to be a stud, I might not be a Panthers fan anymore. I genuinely might not be.
Even if JC Horn turns out to be really good, it's not gonna matter if Justin Fields is fantastic.
Positional value, bro. It's just. If Sam Darnold is good, then I won't be mad.
Sure.
But if he's not, I may as well genuinely be the GM of the Panthers if he does well.
I think you and every Panthers fan would agree with that Justin Fields is probably the better player to pick there. I don't think anybody was really expecting JC Horn to go with the holiday. No. One thing that I will say is that I was expecting Rashawn Slater to go to us at 13, and he did. So there you go. At least one of us got their guy.
I hate you.
I got another receiver for you. I believe Jake drafted him last night for one listener on the pod. Jake, you've seen him a couple times on this show.
Yeah.
I got Darnell Money with 2 O's. Darnell Mooney.
Oh, wait, you got him?
No, I have him on my list.
Oh.
Jake has him in fantasy.
Okay.
I like him a lot. I know a lot of people like him. I'm really high on Darnell Mooney. I know it's going to be either Andy Dalton or Justin Fields thrown to him.
Yeah.
Either way, I think it's a good option. Excuse me. But he showed flashes last year of what he can do in that Bears offense, and I think that he could be poised for a breakout season for sure. I am going to look at his stats real quick. Let me just search his ADP as well.
Money with two O's.
Money with two O's.
So
Yeah, his ADP is 146 right now. He's just I think if you can take him, if you take him at 146, that's a fantastic value for that.
Oh, definitely. Especially if Field starts.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to see where he's at here. It looks like he's the 52nd best wide receiver. Definitely pick him up in your later rounds.
Yes. Wow. I can't believe that.
Yeah. I think he's poised for a really, really good year. But yeah, Darnell Money with two O's. Pick him.
I completely agree with you. He's absolutely going to be a stud in this league. If he's not this year, he will be in the coming years, especially as Justin Fields continues to progress. But for now, hey, why not take a chance in those later rounds? That's what you're doing. You're not drafting surefire guys in the later rounds. You're drafting people who have potential to finish as top guys.
Yep. Massive upside.
And that's what Mooney is. So I think that's a really good pick. Good shout, Caleb.
Thank you, Tadhg.
Quick one. If you guys, I drafted Desean Watson last night. He could be a good pickup if he goes to a new team. But who knows?
Who knows?
Here's one I got. This one is not like a not well-known guy or anything, but like everyone's scared to take him, I think. Excuse me, but this guy, I'm gonna try and have you guess him. I'm gonna give you like hints as to like who it's gonna be. So
okay,
he's a fair runner of the football.
A fair runner of the football.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a running back
who can also throw it.
Ooh, okay, so he's a quarterback. I'm gonna say Zach Wilson.
Nope.
Okay.
Wow, that nope sounded like that one like meme. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The engineer from Team Fortress 2.
I don't know if that's. I've only heard the voice. I've never seen where that meme came from. Nope. Yeah, well, I can't do it again. But I'm pretty sure
it is. It's the answer. So you weren't a big gamer nerd when you were in middle school, were you?
I mean, if Madden counts in 2K, then yes, I was. But not like Fortress of Evil. Is that what you just
Team
said?
Fortress 2. Whoa. Fortress of Evil.
I kind of want to play that game.
It's one of the best first-person shooters, one of the most unique first-person shooters of all time. I will stand by that. Fantastic game. Anyway.
Anyways.
Go on.
Okay. So this guy also, you could say he's in pain.
He's in pain. Okay.
You have a guess?
Quarterback Dak Prescott.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Jalen Hurts.
Nice.
Thanks. Proud of myself. No, but I mean, a guy like Jalen Hurts, I did this thing last night called Grade My Fantasy Team, where you fill out your players, and it kind of grades them based off where they are positionally, like where they fill out in a depth chart for you.
Sure.
And Jalen Hurts was technically my QB2 because I have Tannehill as well.
Oh yeah.
And he's an A+ QB2, which is kind of exciting. But I think he could be a QB1. He could be a top QB if the offensive line protects him long enough. And that's the key to all of this. Like, if he's not being protected, there's no hope for him because he's going to have no time to throw the ball. But he's going to have Dallas Goedert. He's going to have Devontae Smith. Jalen Reagor, hopefully, is going to turn around in year 2. And Miles Sanders is a great receiving back.
Yep.
So I think he's got some pieces on there. Honestly, like the Eagles, I know are supposed to be the worst team of all time,
Hmm.
but they actually do have some pieces to where they could surprise some people and win some games that they maybe shouldn't. And it all starts with Jalen Hurts at quarterback. And I think if he's the guy, then you guys could get some really big value in a later round with a guy like Jalen Hurts.
I absolutely agree. I think he's the 11th best quarterback is what I want to say, ranked. But he's a guy that could very well finish near the top 5 for fantasy.
Because strictly of his rushing ability.
Correct. I don't necessarily think that he will be a top 5 guy. He does have that upside though. And again, if you're looking for a really good QB2 and A+ QB2, then Jalen Hurts is absolutely the way to go. Even if you start him at QB1, I don't think he's a bad QB1 option.
I mean, I'm starting in week 1. He's playing Atlanta.
Yeah. Who's Tannehill? Who are the Titans playing?
Arizona. So also not very good, but the pass rush is sick.
Yeah.
Chandler Jones and JJ Watt, bro. Whew.
I mean, I'm playing Dak against Tampa Bay, so wish me luck.
Good luck.
I can't play Fitzpatrick against the Chargers week 1. I can't do it to myself.
Oh no, I would be mad at you if you did. Hey everyone, I have something I have to admit. I was trying to take Herbie Hancock. I literally was like, Caleb, I'm telling you, in the round where he got taken, I picked before Jake. And I was like, do I take Herbert here or do I wait for another QB and take I ended up taking someone else. Do you remember what round he went in?
I want to say 4th. It actually might have been.
No,
it honestly might have been your DJ Moore pick.
It was 5th round because it was definitely my DJ Moore pick.
Yeah.
Which I am happy with my DJ Moore pick. I think DJ Moore is a great flex to have.
Yeah.
But wow, I could have had Herb.
Could have.
But then my flex would have been a guy like Corey Davis, and I would have had to start him. And I don't think I'm confident enough in him yet.
That's fair.
I'm confident in him as a sleeper, but
then you just could have had the greatest quarterback who has ever lived.
Well, Cam's actually still in free agency, so
which is shocking. We had a 12-team league, and he's still in free agency.
It actually is shocking because he's gonna do well. We're all it's okay to disrespect him and think he's not that good, but he's literally just got 14 rushing touchdowns last year, 13 rushing.
It's crossed my mind to pick him up for week 1 for sure. I mean, he's playing. Who's he playing? He's not playing someone good, is he?
I don't even know who they're playing.
Forget who he's playing week 1.
Who are the Patriots playing? Oh wait, I have Damian Harris. I can see Miami.
Oh, never mind. Okay, he's not going to do well.
Miami's defense is kind of human.
Yeah, they're pretty good. So I'll stick with my Dak against Tampa Bay. Because we've seen in week 1, anything can happen. I'm just saying. Week 1 is a crazy week. Week 1, the Jaguars beat the Colts last year. The Jaguars went 1-15. The Colts made the playoffs.
That's true. The Colts also had Phillip Rivers, so that was automatically going to be a couple losses to them.
Well, that's fair, just from the picks that he threw, and that the Jaguars game was one of those times. Yeah, I got another sleeper here for you.
Okay.
Running back. Going back to the running back position here.
Sure.
This was running back 31, I believe.
Okay.
ADP of 81. I got Michael Carter.
Ooh,
for the Jets.
Okay. Going to New York.
It's a UNC boy. I don't know if you can see this, but no, not a big UNC fan here. As we're big state fans here.
Hey, if you guys wanted to know a fun fact about Caleb, his wardrobe consists of NC State, Carolina Hurricanes, the LA Chargers, or the Cary High Imps. Those are the 4 things of clothing that you'll find from him.
Genuinely, though, I think at least 90% of my wardrobe is that.
And then if he's going out, it will be a pink shirt and khakis. So if you guys are ever out and about and looking for one of us, I would look for Caleb first. He'll be very easy to spot.
Super easy to spot. But yeah, I think that they're almost like the Jaguars, where they have a very, very young offense.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, they're not going to be a very good team this year. But I think that he's a guy with huge upside, who was really good in college, and who can light it up on the field. I would definitely look for him. I don't know when he was drafted in our league, but
I know for a fact I drafted him in our keeper league in like the 14th round.
yeah, which is, I mean, it is only an 18 league there. But let me see. I'm just gonna look real quick. Michael Carter. Oh, I forget. I play you week 1, Tadhg.
Guys, I cannot wait to come on the pod after that because I will have lost that game for some reason because my
No.
team is going to sell me.
No. He's on whoever GG is. Don't know who that is.
GG.
He was drafted in the 8th round by Moneybag Barney. So CJ drafted Michael Carter in the 8th. I think that's a really good spot for a really good value pick for your team there. If you can get Michael Carter in the 8th, I think you're in pretty good shape there.
I completely agree. I'm just looking at our teams up against each other. And I'm excited.
I am projected to win, I think.
Yeah, you are. But
again, it's week 1,
7.
so it doesn't. Also, projections don't mean anything.
No, and I was really about to take Dak too, but then I just didn't. Dude, there's so many players I'm looking at that I just was about to take and then just decided not to. Like I almost took Darren Waller in round 2.
Yeah.
But
here's the thing: 3 out of my top 4 players play really good defenses, and I'm not happy about it. I have Dak playing Tampa Bay. I have Eckler playing Washington. I have Stephon playing Pittsburgh, and then I have the good thing is George Kittle plays Detroit, so he genuinely might drop a 40 bomb.
I'm not kidding. George Kittle might have 600 yards and 6 touchdowns.
He will be like a Madden guy on rookie, genuinely.
Yeah,
he'll be our tight end.
He'll be my running back. He'll be my running back. I think that's a good shout. Yeah, I love Michael Carter. I think the Jets offense is going to just have to rely on certain people just because they're so bad.
Yeah,
they might bring in Michael Carter and just let him free, like do what you want to do. So, good pick there.
We are up to 2 listeners here that aren't us. So
I know Hannah's one of them.
Okay,
I know
sweet.
for a fact Hannah's one of them. Okay, Caleb.
Okay, Tadhg.
For my YouTube,
this is
viewers,
shocking. This is shocking.
We gotta build a team with $15. Okay.
Okay.
Here are your quarterbacks. I'm just gonna say. Oh, I guess you can't just pick them one by one because you got to know who the other boys
your boy
are.
Be Smooth.
My boy Be Smooth. I'm gonna hug him. Okay, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
At quarterback, I'm gonna be going order from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Matt Ryan, Joe Burrow, Tua. Right off the bat, Joe Burrow looks kind of like the guy to me at $2.
That's who I'm taking for sure.
Running back, we got Derrick Henry, Kamara, Mixon, Jacobs, and Tony Pollard. I'm immediately taking away Tony Pollard from it because no.
What was 5 and 4?
Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara. I'm probably gonna go Kamara here.
I'm going Kamara for sure.
So we've now spent $6 on 2 players. So we still got 9 with 3 players. All right, receiver 1, we got D-Hop, Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett, Juice Landry. I think I'm going to go Chris Godwin.
I'm going Tyler Lockett.
Okay. Next wide receiver is Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin, Cooper Kupp, and Tyler Boyd.
Give me A.J. Brown here.
Give me, so I have 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, give me Cooper Kupp.
At 2?
Tight end. We got George Kittle, T.J. Hockenson, Jonnu, Evan Ingram. And
I'm good with Jonnu here. I'll take that. That rounds
I'm going T.J. Hockenson here, which rounds out my 15.
I'll take it.
I'm liking the squad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm liking the squad. That was kind of fun. Dude, I saw this one podcast that was doing something. They were just like, the classic thing that we do, or that I do on the TikToks, the building a team. They did that on the pod, and it was kind of fun to watch. It was like, you got to build this 20-0 team or you die.
Bet.
All right, I'm going to do it to you right now, okay?
All right.
I'll give you the team,
Okay.
and you just got to – this is going to be –
winning the Super Bowl, or I literally get murdered in my apartment.
Okay, that's so funny. I wish you could see it, but it's literally on your head right now. Somehow it's on your head.
Actually.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. First up.
Wait, hold on. Before we are we doing quarterback, running back, wide receiver,
Tight
end, O-line, defense?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you got the New York Giants.
Oh, Saquon. Okay. I'll take Saquon here right out the gate.
All right. It's a good pick. All right. Next up. Let's see it.
I like it so far.
And we got the Saints.
Ooh. I'll take the Saints O-line.
Okay.
I don't really like anybody on their offense. Their defense is pretty good, but I feel like I could get a better one.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right, here we go. Next up. Well, no, actually, the Texans.
He's rostered. I don't care. Desean Watson.
Yeah. That's why I thought about it for a second. I was like, well, you're good. All right. Okay. It's a pretty solid team so far. No receivers yet.
Saquon, and yeah, I got to get wide receiver.
Seahawks.
DK. I mean, it can't not be.
All right, you got DK. You need one more receiver. You need
a tight end and a defense.
Tight end and a defense.
My team's looking good so far.
Your team is looking pretty sick. Next team up is the Dolphins.
Mike Gesicki. Oh no, I could take their defense. Again, I think I could get. I do love Mike Gesicki so much, though.
You do.
You know what? For the culture, Mike Gesicki.
All right. I like Bryson's idea.
I do. We'll do that next.
I think I'm going to do that for a TikTok.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Saints.
Well, then give me the Saints defense.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Saints O-line and defense.
Last position, receiver.
I need a wide receiver. Come on.
Here it is, no matter who it is.
Chargers. Keenan. Who is it?
The Baltimore Ravens. And right there, the 20-0.
My team was going 20-0.
Is immediately just taken away. I'm assuming Hollywood Brown or something.
No, I would have picked Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, either way. I'm sorry. You'll
Either
probably
way,
go.
We're winning. We're going to pull a Patriots. We would genuinely pull a Patriots. And then I have to throw the ball to Sammy Watkins and he drops it in the end zone.
You try and have a helmet catch. You try and be the Giants, but he just doesn't work out for you.
That was sad. That was really sad.
You had a good run. You had a really good run right there, Caleb.
Thanks. I have running back superlatives.
Oh, okay, sweet. I feel like I'm never guessing, so this is interesting.
Yep. It's your turn to guess now, pal.
Okay.
Overall.
CMC?
Wrong.
Derrick Henry. Okay,
yes.
Sure.
Young.
Overall,
this one. This young one is just
like, the young is the most classic, but the overall one is wrong because if you're going overall, that should mean who does everything.
It should be. I'm agree. It should be CMC. We've both said CMC is the best running back in the league.
You definitely have said Derrick Henry.
We
did a top 5 list. Not even last time with the fantasy. We did a top 5 running.
I feel when I was in one of the first episodes, I think I did have Derrick Henry
on the bench. You definitely had Derrick Henry. I promise you that.
Yeah, my takes change in and out depending on how I feel that day.
You just change whichever sounds more wrong is the one you go with that day. So young, I'm gonna go Najee.
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, I thought it was just gonna be a rookie. Okay.
Yeah, you would think that. Favorite rookie.
Najee.
Jake Funk.
Caleb, I don't know where you found this list, but I'm pretty sure this is not a football.
You don't know pigskin _spins? Fun to watch. Okay, this is just dumb at this point.
What?
Fun to
CMC.
Genuinely. Yeah, any running back that's good. Like, what is that? Ooh, here's a fun one.
Okay.
Guess the player.
Oh, I don't like these because I don't know colleges like that.
2007 to 2010, he played for Kansas. He was a
Oh, that
Jayhawk.
helps.
2011 to 2019, he was a Denver Bronco.
Is this an NBA player? Never mind. You said the Denver Broncos. I never think of an NFL player playing at Kansas.
I don't think there's ever been one. 2020 to present, he is on the Chargers.
He was on the Chris Human Being.
Chris Harris, one of the more seniors, is
All right. I'm with it. I'm with it right now.
Hi, Bryson. Hello.
Hi, Bryson. How are you?
He seems really concerned right now with us.
I texted him back. I said, "Hey," with a lot of exclamation points.
I'm going howdy. A couple exclamation points. See in the NBA.
Oh, Bryson, let me clarify. Apparently, that did not come across as clear. That was a joke, everyone. I did not actually think Caleb was quizzing me on an NBA player on this NFL podcast. I just never hear of NFL players playing at Kansas. That was the only reason I made that joke. It did not land. It did not land. I'll tell you that much. Grace just texted me in all caps the NBA player. So, guys, this is not going.
Who texted you that?
Grace, that joke just went like this. That joke went like that. Yeah. So I apologize.
Hey, just nice, man. Really so I think this will probably end the show here. We got 13 minutes left.
It's just gonna shut.
We're good. No. NFL teams, ceilings and floors.
Okay.
We got the Bills. I'm just gonna get your reaction here.
Wait, Bryson's asking if he's in the NBA. He is not in the NBA.
Oh no, Chris Harris Jr. is a corner. He's a slot cornerback.
What is
an all-pro Super Bowl champion?
What is happening right now?
Played for the Broncos for 9 years. Plays for the Chargers now.
We just broke that down. Okay, so we're doing the AFC East.
Mm-hmm. I got the Bills with 9 wins as their floor, 15 as their ceiling.
I can get behind that.
Okay. Dolphins, 5 wins as their floor, 12 wins as their ceiling.
I'd bump that up to 6 or 7 wins as their floor. 5 just seems. I'd say 7 wins is their floor, and 12 wins with their ceiling is pretty good.
I agree. Yes, it is delayed. It's delayed by there's a 10 to 15 second latency, just because that's just how radio works. 6 to 13 for the Patriots.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, okay. I agree with that.
2 to 9 for the Jets.
I'd say 2 to 7.
Yeah.
I'd say honestly, I'd say 0 to 7.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be shocked if they literally went completely defeated.
Yeah. We'll go to the AFC North here. 7 to 14 for the Browns.
Yeah. Because 7, I guess. If they will go 7 and 10, that's like I'd say 8 to 14, I guess. Okay. It's not like a huge issue, but like I don't know.
Yeah. 8 to 16 for the Ravens.
No, you got if based off their list, I guess 8 to 16 is fine, but they got to be the same or less than the Browns because I just think the Browns are better than them this year.
6 to 13 for the Steelers.
Yeah, that's good. So I'd say 6 to personally, I'd say like 6 to 11.
I would as well. 4 to 10 for the Bengals.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good because I could see them winning 4 games or 10 games.
Yeah.
Well, 10 might be a little high. I'd say like 4 to 9.
AFC South, 6 to 13.
0 to 1 for every one of them. What'd you say?
6 to 13 for the Colts.
6 to 12.
Okay. 8 to 15 for the Titans.
And no way. I'm sorry. There's absolutely no way they would 15 games with that defense.
No.
I'd say 7 to 12.
That's exactly the range that I was thinking. 0 to 5 for the Texans.
Yeah.
And 2 to 10 for the Jaguars.
10?
It should be 2 to 7.
I'd say 2 to 7. I mean, give Trevor Lawrence some respect, but like 10 wins, 10 and 7 for the Jags would be actually 2 to 8.
Actually, you sound like Coach Steve there.
opinions are like.
Keep them away from your basketballs.
I don't know if there's a fun fact about Tadhg is he could do literally the most perfect impersonation of the hormone monster, Steve's hormone monster.
I can't do it right now because I have the.
That sounded so.
I can't
weird.
do it. That's the thing. If I didn't just wake up. Oh, you're frozen. We got Tadhg frozen. There we go. He's back. We had you frozen for a bit. Oh gosh.
So funny because you go frozen on my screen, but like.
Go on. The Denver Broncos, moving on to the AFC West, we have 5 wins and 12 wins. Not a chance they win 12.
You said the Denver Broncos? Oh, I don't know. 4-10.
I have them like 3-10.
Okay. 3-10. Sorry.
Kansas City Chiefs 10-17. Sure.
Yeah. I'd honestly say 11-17. I'd say 17-17. No, I mean realistically, I would probably say 12-17.
Yeah. The Las Vegas Raiders 4-11.
11's way too fucking.
I think 2-8.
I'd say 2-8.
The Chargers 5-13. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. 5-12, maybe.
We're such a volatile team that it just doesn't make sense how we play.
You could genuinely be 1-17.
Well, honestly, yes, genuinely. Cowboys 5-13.
5-12.
Sure. Eagles 2-10.
I'm gonna agree with that because I could see them winning 10 games for some reason.
I can't. I'd say 2-8. I don't think they'll go positive this year. 6-12 for the Washington football team.
6-13.
Yeah. 4-10 for the Giants.
I'd say 5-12.
I'd go 5-11. I just bumped those both up one.
Yeah.
NFC North, 7-14 for the Vikings. I feel like that's pretty. I might say 12 wins.
I might say 6-12.
Okay. 9-16 for the Packers.
I'll give them 8-15.
Yeah. 4-11 for the Bears.
That's pretty good, actually.
I agree. And then 1-8 for CJ's Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
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 NFC South, Buccaneers 10-17.
Yeah.
Saints 5-13.
Oh, hell no. I'll go 5-10.
Yeah. I'll say 5-11 just to give them a little bit of respect, but I mean,
yeah,
that's best case scenario. 4-11 for the Falcons.
I'd go 3-9.
Okay. And then for the Panthers, 3-10.
I'd go 3-12 personally.
I'd bump it up one. I'll go 4-11, I think would be good for them.
I could see them having 3 wins, but I could also see them having 12.
Yeah. Lastly, in the NFC West, the Seahawks. This division is just so good.
Yeah, generally 10-17 for all of them.
Floor for the Seahawks, I have 8-14 as the ceiling.
I'd honestly go 7-13.
Okay.
I think I bump it down 1 each.
Okay. 8-14 for the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm gonna have the same 7-13.
Yep. 6-13 for the Cardinals. That's pretty fair.
That's good.
Even 6-12. Because I think they're the worst team in that division.
I think they're the worst team by a game or two.
Yep. And then the Rams 8-16. I think that's fair.
I think that they are the best.
I might even go like 10-16 for the Rams.
But I still see them winning 8 games, kind of, because their run game is just Darrell Henderson.
But there's no way the Rams go negative this year. Like,
that's true. I'll give them 9.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty much it for today.
And that's pretty much it.
Well, I'm looking at the last playoff win for each NFL team. This is sad.
What?
Really sad. Well, the Texans have won a playoff game recently, and then either one of our teams.
Oh my gosh.
The Chargers won one in 2018, so 3 years ago. The Panthers won one in 2015, 6 years ago. Not bad. The Eagles haven't won a playoff game since they won the Super Bowl in 2018. Then you just get some random teams here. After 2015, there's a couple teams that fall off here. The Giants haven't won a playoff game since they won the Super Bowl against the Patriots the second time.
Oh my goodness.
2011 is their last playoff win.
Bruh.
The Bears haven't won a playoff game since 2010.
Jay
The
Cutler.
Jets haven't won a playoff game since 2010 when the Mark Sanchez led Jets beat.
Back-to-back
Chargers.
NFC championships, baby.
Yep.
Don't sleep
Yep.
on Marcus. I need to actually look at his stats one day because I genuinely don't know what they were.
I don't either. I know he was like serviceable for a couple of years.
Well, I mean, apparently.
Washington hasn't won a playoff game since 2005. Raiders fans
05.
have been so sorry and so sad, and it's so funny because they haven't won a playoff game since their last winning season in 2002.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Miami Dolphins. They're the only team to have one winning season in the last 20 years. One.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He was not good. Mark Sanchez was not good.
Okay.
First time around, he had 3,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, 13 picks.
Oh.
Second time around, he had 3,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 18 picks.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It was Rex Ryan's defense that was the cornerstone.
I mean, yeah.
Why they were good.
They had Darrell.
Yeah. The Dolphins haven't won a playoff game since 2000.
Oh
the Lions actually aren't the worst here. They haven't won a playoff game since 1991.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
Cincinnati Bengals, who lost 5 straight wild card games. They just had to win one.
Wow.
But they didn't. So they haven't won one in 31 years, dating back to 1990.
Could you imagine being isn't Colton Porter a Bengals fan?
Yeah, shout out Colton Porter. I haven't seen that dude in years.
Either.
All right. It's a pretty good show for you today. Started a little bit late.
Sorry about that, everyone. But I'm honestly impressed that I woke up. I didn't set an alarm. Like I genuinely forgot to set an alarm. So the fact that I woke up at like 8:05 is pretty impressive.
I am impressed. I was
Caleb,
really weird.
I almost matched Caleb, but then I was like, I can't do that.
You almost did.
My body made myself wake
You almost
up.
had to. That being said, thank you guys for listening in to What the Football. Thank you guys for watching What the Football on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, if you are listening on the bench, thank you for listening in.
We're going to a river today, everyone.
Yes, we are. And with that,
I love you guys.
This has been. That's for our YouTube people.
For YouTube people.
Ooh, What the Football?
What the football?
What the Football?
And there it is.